Hello everyone, and welcome to Kerbal Space Program on Alpha's channel. Yes, it is finally happening. I am going to play Kerbal Space Program. But before I start, I have a couple of things to explain. I played Kerbal Space Program like 2 or 3 years ago, quite a lot. But I never was really good at it, and it's time for that to change. I will play Kerbal Space Program and I will try to become better, but I am not good at this point. So you can either go watch someone who's a pro, or you can join me, scream on me and hate me because I'm going to fail. But I'm going to do everything humanly possible to not fail as much as possible. Which is going to be really hard, because my knowledge about the game is very limited. I will, however, play the campaign with science and money and objectives, and I will try to fulfill contracts and expand on my knowledge, read you guys who will comment and support me in this grand endeavor. Yes, this is going to be a huge Let's Play where I'm going to undertake a lot of missions. Not as much for you guys, but mainly for me to have fun and to finally repay this debt that I owe the game. It has reached the stage where I am ready to get into it big time and try to besten out most of the shitty Kerbal Space Program Let's Plays there are. However, at this point, I'm just another Kerbal. I am very stupid and I am very courageous. So let's start this Let's Play as it was meant to be started. With a beer. To Kerbal Space Program and to my failing in it. Because this is going to be horrifying in more than one level. And the beer is not going to make it better. So, let's get right on with it. Let's play some Kerbal motherfucking Space Program. So welcome to Kerbal Space Agency, my very own. Before we get to the fun part, which is playing the game, I have to make a couple of things clear first. So bear with me here or skip forward if you don't want to be bored by talking about what this is going to be like. First of all, I am not into mods. I actually hate mods when it comes to Kerbal Space Program. The reason is they tend to make things way easier than they should be. There is, however, one exception. This exception is Deadly Re-Entry mod. The Deadly Re-Entry makes your ships take damage and explode if you re-enter too fast or in a wrong angle. So we are going to make an exception and use this one. If you guys have any other mods that you would like to suggest, please do so. I will check them out. No guarantee, but if they don't make things very easy and if they add a new element into the game, why not have them? Okay, with this off the table, I would like to say a couple of things that I am going to adhere to. First of all, when I play Kerbal Space Program, I am going to have a strategy called Leave No Kerbal Behind. We will do whatever is in our power to save every single Kerbal we have in case they get stranded or in case they get stuck somewhere on the orbit or at the Mun, whatever. We will not end the mission, we will go and save them. There will also be no clearing of debris, there will be no restarting the missions, everything will work as you see it. So hopefully that's going to add a nice element into the game. Now what happens if a Kerbal dies? Well, then there will be repercussions. I will make a special video about the life of that Kerbal. Depends on if he ever, you know, got into any mission. But there will be a special video dedicated to that Kerbal, and you guys can suggest penalties to me, and the penalty that will get the most upvotes or likes or whatever you want to call those, thumbs up on YouTube, then one I will adhere to, whether it's a money penalty or a special mission like get the coffin with the Kerbal to Man or whatever. I'm going to do it. So hopefully that's another thing you guys will enjoy. To this I have connected the second point on my restrictions, and that is that at every point there will be maximum safety. I will try to make every Kerbal survive every mission, and every spaceship and thing will be designed specifically to make them return. So no dying Kerbals under my command. I am going to save you. Now let's see how well I'm going to do with that. You know, there are many things that can go wrong, and they usually do in Kerbal Space Program. So hopefully at this point they won't, and we won't have many dying Kerbals in Kerbal Space Agency. Now, last thing I want to note before I get into the game is that I'm going to have a clear mission structure. Every mission will have direction and will have certain meaning. Priority will be always given to missions that are either filling a contract or that are giving us enough science. If there is, though, at any point a mission set by you guys in the comments and that gets 5 or more upvotes, I'm going to adhere to that mission immediately and try to achieve it with the tools I have at my disposal. It's possible that I will fail, and in such cases I might lose a Kerbal, which will then lead to funny situations, but this is how I am going to do it. The plan for now, though, is we're going to check the missions, try to inspect Kerbal, and we'll go into lower and upper atmosphere. Once we achieve that, we might try to get some satellites on orbit. We might then send some satellites to Man, unmanned missions, and hopefully then landing on the Man. If I manage to achieve that, I would like to set up a small refueling depot up there in orbit and eventually get a dedicated interplanetary spaceship that will stay there. That will be carried up there, stay there, and we will use it to travel to other planets, drop probes on them, and see how that works. Now, I've never did anything like that before. The best I did was land on Man like 2 years ago, maybe 3 years ago, not sure about the time specifically. So it will require a lot of learning on my side, but hey, I'm ready for that. I'm going to do everything I can to achieve this. I think that is all. Yeah, I think that is all. So let's go right ahead and see where this game will take us. I have some idea about how the game works. I saw some Let's Plays. I didn't watch them through, but you know, I have some idea about how the career mode works. So we're going to start by looking at what we have at our disposal, because I'm not entirely familiar with it. So we got the command pod Mark 1. Okay, this is really not much to work with. We have the liquid fuel engine here with a fuel tank, and we got the basic solid booster. How crap is that? We have no controls. We have structure. Oh yeah, we got the heat shields. The heat shields protect your ship from burning down when it re-enters the atmosphere. No aerodynamics. Okay, at least we got the parachute, and we have the Communotron 16 to go beep beep when we're in space. Not much to work with, to be honest, but it will have to do. Let's check. Okay, we got Jebediah, Bill, and Bob Kerman here. Bill seems to be the best choice. Oh, we also got Ribwell Kerman and Alfred Kerman. I want to pick you guys up because you seem to be awesome. Okay, let's... This is all that I can... Yeah, we have no one assigned and no one lost. Now I'm going to play this with this thing in my mind that will scream at me, "No man lost, leave no man behind." So let's try to make Kerbal survive. I know that's not particularly what they were intended to be like, but let's try it for once, okay? These are the missions that we have available. We have a launch a new vessel mission. Contract, launch a new vessel. Kerbal World First Record Keeping Society wants us to do this. It's trivial. We have not completed it yet, and they will pay us $4,500, 5 science and 11 prestige if we do that. It's no secret that we weren't making any progress at all towards learning if we positively didn't have any goal in mind. That said, for Chief Bookkeeper from Kerbal World First Record Keeping Society, that was simply horrible. It can't be denied, however, that the OK frequency at which we'd find ourselves dumpster diving was quite clearly part of the reason. Be that as it may, this is why we're here. Okay, so we'll take this mission. Set attitude record of 5,000 meters. This should be easy enough, even with the parts we have. A group of clerks from Kerbal World First Record Keeping Society would be the first to admit that we clearly had no idea if we definitely couldn't come up with our next move. Admittedly, the way we would often see a possibly not that bad accident was a big part of why. Anyhow, we now need your help. Now, 2.3 thousand bucks and 11 prestige for doing this. Escape the atmosphere. Well, we're not 15 cents and 30,000 bucks. That's a good deal, but we won't be able to do that one at this point. And orbit Kerbal, I'd love to do that one, guys, but I just can't. So 2 of our active ones is launching new vessel and set attitude record of 5,000 meters. I think we can do that both in one turn. Okay, this is the science screen. We got just the start and how much does basic rocketry cost. Decoupler, fuel tank, mystery goo, and decoupler. Okay, so we did this one ASAP before we even can reach the space. Okay, 5 science. That should be enough. The missions we have should be enough. Yeah, we'll get 5 for launching a new vessel, so we can pretty much do it immediately. So let's just put something together that doesn't blow up on start. Now we could either go with a solid fuel booster or the fuel tank and liquid fuel engine. I like the engine and the fuel tank more, so let's do it this way. We don't need the heat shield, but we'll need the parachute if we want our Kerbal to survive. Kerbman. Okay, that's pretty much all we have, so let's save this one. Testcraft Mark 1. Let's save it and exit. I don't know if he said who's going to fly the mission, and for that I think I need to start it like here. So Testcraft Mark 1. No Jebediah. We're going to start with Alfred because he seems courageous enough to take on the first mission. This is our flag, by the way. I love it. And let's launch. That's pretty much all that we can do. It's going to cost us 2,300 bucks to launch this, so I hope it's worth it. So here we are. It's not much, is it? Well, let's immediately take a crew report. Keep the data so that we get some extra science. And yeah, 3, 2, Oh wait, god damn it. No, I forgot to set the stages. Well, there I go. I said 3 years. Well, there are 3 years. Okay, we got some science. That's great. But we need to rework this thing. No. Like so. Damn, thank god I noticed that. That would make the thing go boom. Okay, now we can start. Great way how to start a new Let's Play, to fail with a first basic rocket. Okay, now the stages are set. So let's just hope this can make it up to, what was it, 5,000 meters? So 3, 2, 1, mark. And as we have no SAS, this thing will go sideways almost immediately, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, it's already tilting. I'm always really bad at keeping the flight leveled without SAS, so... And we don't even have SAS yet, so... Great news. Oh yeah, we broke the 5,000! Cool! How far did we fly? 6 and a 4, 6, 5, 6, 6, 6, 7, 6, 7, 72. Cool! Not bad for a single rocket. What do you guys say? Jebediah loves it. Hey, let's jump. Oh man, I wanted that other guy. Well, never mind. He sneaked in. So this is the very first mission. Let's just hope all will go as well as this one. That we will figure out the stages and everything before we go kablam. And the ground is coming in fast. I love the fact that you can now recover the parts, so hopefully we will be able to slow down to a reasonable enough speed for us to not blow this thing up. Let's deploy the parachute. And we're going at 110 meters per second. Come on, come on. Okay, we're down to... Oh man, that's not going to be good enough. I should have saved some fuel. Okay, well, lesson learned. I just hope that we won't die on impact. If all comes to pass, he can always jump up. Oh, up, out, and into space. And by space, I mean atmosphere, or, well, on the ground. Come on, game, don't. 10.2, come on, come on. Oh my god, he survived. He survived, but the rest of the ship go boom. Well, might have gone better with with the solid booster, or if I actually kept some fuel to decelerate, but whatever. Let's recover the vessel and see what our situation is like at this point. So we got 5 signs from recovery of a vessel and 1.5 signs from crew report. We also recovered, wow, the parachute and the command pod and some monopropellant. Okay, so we lost about $1,700 on that fight, and Jebediah survived. So our reputation at this point is 72, and if I'm not mistaken, yes, we launched a new vessel and we set an attitude record. Oh, we can go to 11,000 now. In the aftermath of a somewhat worse than average accident, a group of clerks visiting Kerbin World First Record Keeping Society realized that we knew very little about whether we truly didn't know anything at all. So this is why we're here. Okay. No science, but 24 prestige and $5,500. We can test the parachute, and the solid fuel booster landed at Kerbin. Okay, I'm not sure if that's possible. Stack decoupler. Okay, so now we're going to accept all of these and deal with them during the next flight. I'll have to come up with a solid enough ship that can do that all in one mission. It's going to be my challenge for next time. And let's research this one. How much do you, okay, 18 science. We don't have that available. Survivability, oh, that's a good thing. Oh, landing struts, I want that. And some more parachutes, we need that. There's also stability, radio decoupler, winglet, and aerodynamic nose cone, not bad. Radio decoupler, like most of the decouplers, is equipped with a hopefully small explosive charge that will sever the structural linkage between itself and whatever it's connected to. Oh, that's cool. And the Sepratron Rockomax solid fuel booster. Oh, that one looks cool, but it's, wow, it's expensive as hell. A new fuel engine. Okay, so the next one we'll go with is survivability. And I wanted to check one thing more before we'll go. Yeah, we got more toys to play with now. Okay, Mystery Goo is now ours as well. So we can start doing science in, well, if not in space, then in Kerbal. So yeah, I'm going to report back to you with the test craft number 2, which will hopefully reach 11,000 meters and test all those things they want us to test.